Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but right now it is time for more insight. This is insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Today with me, I have a special guest in the building. And before I do that, let me make sure I do these critical things. This is what I've learned from watching my guest videos. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Make sure that you join More Insight. Help us to grow this channel. I love telling stories and having people on to tell these stories. Thank you in advance. I appreciate it. So with that being said, my guest is in the building with us today. A content coach, a YouTuber, digital product queen, and a walking blueprint for how to monetize your scroll. So we're going to talk about the wins. We're going to talk about pivots. We're going to talk about gems, everything in between. Welcome, my guest, Amber Sharniece. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to ask this question. This chapter of your life, if you can name it any movie, the movie this is your title. It's
Okay.
based on your experience, based on what you're feeling right now. This chapter, this phase in your life, what would the name of this movie be?
Yeah, actual movie or just something that I make up?
You can make it up.
Okay. I would call it The Setup.
The setup. Okay. Give me a little bit more. Why the setup?
I think it's The Setup because I feel like I've finally gotten to that space where I'm laying down the stepping stones to where I really, really want to go. And I think this time I'm a lot more patient with the process as before. Everything was being rushed and I wanted it to happen at a certain time. But now I feel like I'm slowly putting ordering my steps, getting everything in its place for when it's really time to take off. So I feel like it's the setup.
When you said order my steps, part of me was about to tap in real quick. I'm a church boy, so you can't be doing that to me now.
Yes. Mm,
Order my steps in
mhm.
your word, dear Lord.
Yes.
Lead me, guide me. So yeah, I got you. I'm not going to tap in, but because you did say this is a setup, so in order to have something set up, there has to be some type of foundation. So let's kind of go back in time. When did you realize content creation could be a career and not just a hobby for you?
Mm. I want to say practically when I started, and that would have been, I want to say 2014 is when I started. I was a YouTube girl. I would watch all the YouTubers, and I'm like, there's something to this. They're not just hopping on camera and showing up just for fun. Like I know we
Yeah.
do it because it's a passion, but there's something to this, and that's when I learned about, oh, they're getting brand deals and this, that, and the third, and they're able to use these as their full-time income. I'm like, okay, okay. Let me go ahead and stop watching and start doing. So that's when I started. And I felt like ever since then, like we could get something out of this if we just keep on going.
The amazing thing is, I knew YouTube was a thing. I
Mhm.
didn't know it was a thing until I had my son. So
Oh.
he's 3 years old.
Mhm.
He watches the Prince family.
Okay.
I did my research. I
Mhm.
said, because I see the type of clips that they're producing. I see the production value of the videos they drop. So I did my Googles. I'm like, who is this family? And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, these people have made money.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they ain't made like a couple of dollars. They done
Mhm.
made money. Their lifestyle now is based on what they've done with content creation. So I've really come to appreciate it. And I know it's not easy. It's just turn the camera on and go for it. Sometimes it is, but there's more to it, of course. So I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them because I find myself even inspired, which is why we have more insight.
Mhm.
Whole nother story there, and we'll get to it. But what were some of the early struggles of trying to build your platform and essentially your business?
Some of the early struggles is basically trying to um find that audience, right? Because the thing is with social media is there are a lot of things that you could be passionate about that you want to create content about. And there's a lot of things that you just want to, try. So for one, you have to figure out who your audience is going to be. And then for someone like myself, if you were to be in a room with me, I probably wouldn't say two words, right? unless you directly come and we start a conversation. So
Yeah.
another thing was getting out of my shell. Even when I started, like a lot of my friends and family were like, "Amber, we didn't even know that you do all this." I'm like, "Yeah, you just gotta talk to me." So
You
yeah,
talk?
right. So, I mean, now I do feel like since I've started doing content creation, of course, I've come out my shell a lot more.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just finding that specific audience because there's times that you're going to be, maybe creating content about a particular topic or subject, and that may be what you're into at the time. But who knows? 6 months later, you're onto something else. So always captivating and capturing that audience, and you want people to grow with you, not just tune in for those specific things, and then when you're done with that, they're on to the next thing. So definitely, finding that audience that's going to grow with you.
Finding your audience is one thing.
Mhm.
What advice would you tell someone who's trying to find their voice?
Mm. I would tell them that they first and foremost, you want to get on here and talk about something that relates to you, that
Yes.
you're passionate about, because that's the only way the real you is going to come out, right? And so once you do that and you become consistent, you're showing up and you're talking about it, that's the only way to be able to find that voice. Other than that, it's not going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen by saying, "Oh, I'm going to start next year. I'm going to start next week. I'm going to get a camera. I'm going to do all this." If you don't pull that iPhone out or the Android, whatever you got, and just start, that's how you start. That's how you find your voice. You got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. I will 1000% agree with you. Um, and to be transparent, the way that this even came about was I was working as a podcast producer.
Mm,
Um, I was working with different podcasts, and no shade to them. At certain times, it's like, this is how I want you to do it. It's not being done like this. And of course, they're the talent, they're the host. So, of course, there's like a back and forth. So then I say, you know what? I'll just figure it out and just try it on my own. Um, but then when I started doing it on my own, I was like, I'm not really liking doing it by myself. It's just weird. I'm just talking to a camera and I need something else. So that's when the show developed.
okay.
And then I figured out, hey, I know what I want to do. I want to speak about sports, sports adjacent, and somewhat entertainment. But going to you, the reason why I asked you is because you create content, and content is universal. There's a whole umbrella under content. So that's why I wanted to bring you in and have this conversation. That sounded like that should have been in the intro. Neither here nor there.
You're good. You're good.
But I'm glad that you said those things because the hardest part is starting. Starting is half the battle. And then when you start, you have to show up. And then showing up is another part of the battle. Um, how how did you decide that you were going to show up? How did you decide that you were going to fight half of that battle by showing up and being yourself and being authentic? Because like you say you are quiet, you're an introvert to an extent. So how did it come out?
I don't know. I would say I always felt like there was something. I mean, my parents would probably tell you too. Something on me that belongs on a TV screen or somebody's screen, at
I
home
agree.
you can be
Yeah.
yourself. They could see it. I would
Yeah.
literally pull out my dad's, the big camcorder that you put on your shoulder. I used to
With
pull
the
the
light.
big camcorder out and set it up and have little interviews with myself and all this other stuff. But like when I'm out in public, you wouldn't have thought that she does stuff like this. So I just feel like it was a part of me that was just inching to get out there and be on camera and do something. And another thing too was I think a lot of it came because when I started my YouTube, it was about makeup. I would do like makeup tutorials and stuff. And the girls would eat me up all the time. "Amber, how did you do this? What did you use for that? This and the third." I'm like, I don't know how to teach every one of y'all individually. So I was like, you know what? This is more of the reason for me to go ahead and start my YouTube channel. So I would start posting my makeup tutorials there. And I'm like, okay, y'all, I posted these videos. Y'all been asking me how to do this. So I think a lot of it also went with helping others. And I find that anytime that I include non-selfish type of content by helping somebody, not only does it do well, but it also feels better for me because I'm like, okay, I'm not just doing this
That's
in
good.
vain. I'm also doing it to help somebody in some kind of journey or process somewhere. So that helps as well.
Because once you go down the rabbit hole of how to build my YouTube channel, everyone says the same thing. you have to find a way to help people. You have
Mm-hmm.
to help them solve an issue.
Yep.
How are you doing that? So, um, let me ask you this: when you found yourself being monetized, how did it feel when you got that first check?
Didn't tell me nothing. And that was back when they had to send you the little the Google AdSense thing in the mail, letting you know
Hmm.
that you got accepted and all that stuff. Oh, you couldn't tell me
Oh, it
that.
was a thing.
It was a thing. It was definitely a thing. And I don't even think it was like more than $500, but I was like, the fact that I knew that I could make $500 from posting content online, I was like, well, we got something going here. Something's going well. And if you can do it one time, I don't care what it is, you can do it again.
You can do it
So I was like,
again.
okay, this is all the ammo and the motivation that I needed. So all the crazy, oh, people are going to see me or somebody might find out that I got this YouTube channel. All that went out the door. I was like, you know what? I can get paid for it. Who cares? So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
that was important.
So even with funding, when you
Mhm.
first started, how did you fund yourself? Was it, or what sacrifices did you have to make in order to start this path?
That's gonna go all to hubby right there. I can't even take the credit for it. Because I would talk to him all the time, like, "Oh my god, I want to do this YouTube channel. Oh my god, this is the camera that I want." And he was like, "You know what? You're gonna keep on talking about it. I'm gonna make you do it." And he went and bought me the camera. He went and bought me the laptop, and I was like, "Well, I don't have a choice."
That's what I'm talking about,
But that
bro.
goes to hubby. I can't even take credit for that.
There you go. It's funny because it always takes that one person to say, you know what? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just push you outside the comfort zone. I'm a boom. Now you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
He
How
ain't gonna
long have y'all
stop.
been married? If you don't mind me asking,
Mhm.
how long have y'all been married?
Been married 5 years. Together it'll be 15 years in October.
Congratulations. I
Yeah.
am on year 7 in September.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you tell me a moment where something didn't work out, whether it's a course that didn't do as well as you thought, a post that you thought would go viral that didn't go viral, something that may have gone viral by mistake, or anything that just tanked? And tell me about that time and what did you learn from it?
I have a good one for you, actually. This would have been January 2024, last year. So that is, and then mind you, I started my YouTube channel, I want to say 2014. So it was about 10 years at that point. I have tried everything on YouTube. It went from makeup, it went to like vlogs, it went to lifestyle, home decor, keto, all of my journeys. I've done some of everything on YouTube. Okay. So I'm like, I'm just trying to find that thing that sticks. So instead of my YouTube channel growing in this astronomical way that I thought when I started, I found myself pretty stagnant on YouTube at the end of 2023. And I was just
Mm,
like, this is just, I don't know what to do about it. Because I thought I would be able to, replace all incomes at this point from
yeah.
YouTube alone. It got to the point where I was still doing vlogging and I would vlog, all the time. And I would stay up and edit vlogs until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Burnt out. Okay. When I tell you tired, burnt out, and it got to a point where I was neglecting spending time with my family, doing things that, you would
Mm,
typically do throughout the day.
yeah.
So it got to a point where I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this YouTube thing, but I'm gonna keep on trying it till, it works. And I felt like I had to do it in this one way. And my husband literally, he was the same person that pushed me out there and was like, "Hey, you need to do this, you know what I'm saying? This is what you want to do. Go ahead and do it." He was the same person that put in front of my face. He was like, "Hey, either you're going to step back from YouTube because it's literally stressing you out. You're going to step back from it and, find something else, find another path to go down because the way you're doing it is not working." And I'm like, what? Like, this is my dream. Why would you tell me to not go towards my dream in this way? I was angry with him. I was upset. So I actually, took it into accountability. I weighed it out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop posting for a little bit because it isn't working the way that I want it to work. It is stressing me out. It is taking away time from the family and just doing normal things that I should be doing. So I did step back from it, and that is when I discovered my newer form of content creation, which is the digital marketing aspect of everything. And so when I tell you digital marketing has done for me 10 times more than what just YouTube alone has done for me. However, it is still getting me to that content creator dream that I always wished I had.
I
And
love
I
it.
never saw it in a short form type of way. I always saw it on the big, long form YouTube thing. And even with going back and doing digital marketing, well, starting digital marketing, I was able to go back and, talk about this on my YouTube channel. So not only was digital marketing helping me in the short form space and, survive there, it revived my YouTube. So I was like, all it took was for me to step back, look at things in a different way, and not decide that, hey, this is the route that I'm going to take. Sometimes you got to let God be like, hey, I know you're trying to get to this place, but that ain't the way I want you to do it. Chill out for a second, wait on me, and ride this thing out with me. And I was like, you know what? Y'all was
Literally, take the wheel, please.
time. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah,
So that was my bigger thing. I felt like my path to being a content creator was going to be solely through YouTube and doing it a certain kind of way. But when really it was, done in a different kind of way. And I was not hearing that. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to do that. I
man.
wanted things to go on my time. But God was like, no, let me handle it from here. You just chill. I'm gonna show you how to get there. So
Oh,
yeah.
that is so rich. One thing that you said in there, it's a couple things that you said in there. One thing triggered me though. When you say editing, editing is a beast.
And
And then I can
editing.
also relate to you when you say it can take you away from your family, or you reached a place where it was taking you away from your family. There have been times where I said, you know what? I gotta put the phone down
Yep.
because I legit will just go from pulling a clip here on Riverside,
Mm-hmm.
putting it in CapCut,
Mm-hmm.
doing my little thing,
Mm-hmm.
and now you know us. We gotta put some hot sauce on there. So now I gotta make sure
Mm-hmm.
the filter looking right. I gotta auto enhance, and this is just CapCut. I'm not even
Mm-hmm.
talking about people who are doing like Premiere Pro. I
Mm-hmm.
can't even imagine that. I don't even touch Premiere. So at one point in time in my life, at one point, I'm gonna need that editor to just
Mm-hmm.
handle this.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely can identify with you, and it gets tough because you're constantly like, I gotta post, I gotta post, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But it's also like, you know what? My son is not gonna be 3 years old again. I'm
Exactly.
gonna miss him doing these little giggly laughs that he does. Like he
Yep.
still laughs like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to embrace those moments. I need to be there. I need to be present for him. As
Yes.
much as I'm showing up for myself, I need to also show up for him.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you said those things, that you were able to, that your husband was able to reel you back. And then in reeling you back, I'm sure you reattached with your family, but you also were able to see what God had for you in a different lane.
Yeah.
Same destination, just a
Yep.
different lane.
It's a different lane. Oh, I know. Ooh, it was a word right there.
Woo. Same
Same
destination, just a
destination.
different lane. Okay. Yep. We did that. All right. How do you handle the pressure of staying relevant?
Ooh, that is something that I still need to work on. Because I feel like anytime I take a little break, like recently this week, I took like a little small break. And once you get back on there and you look at the numbers, you get caught up in those numbers. You're like, oh God, I'm not as popping as I was 2 weeks ago. It's like, calm down. So I still have to figure my way out through that. But I also have to realize, even those numbers, just with those numbers alone, that's not everything. Because the DMs that I get, the comments that I get with people saying, like, oh my goodness, you've helped me through this thing or whatever the case may be. I'm like, you know what? That feels better to me. That means more to
Yes.
me than just, oh, I got a new subscriber today, or I got a new amount of views today. Those comments and those DMs, I'm like, wow, me, a little bit on me, I did that
Mhm.
for you. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. So I'm trying to lean more into that than look at those analytics and trying to keep up with the Jones.
I want to add to that compliment bag.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a few of your videos and it actually helped me with my setup. So I have like a couple of lights here. I got a big key light, right? Well, ring key light here. Um, the webcam, there was one webcam, I can't even remember when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it led me to see the one that I got.
Okay.
I haven't upgraded to the actual camera yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating if I'm going to do it or not. I probably will, just because it's getting to that point.
But be careful because once you start, you could be like, "Oh my God, I want this one. I want this."
See, I'm trying to protect myself,
Protect yourself at all costs.
literally at all costs, trying to
Uh-huh.
protect myself.
Please do.
Um, Here's a very sensitive topic. There's this glamorized idea of quitting your 9 to 5 to live your dream. But what's the reality after that? And then are there any myths to debunk about quitting your 9 to 5? Because some people feel like, you know what, I need to quit my 9 to 5 so I can put my all into this. Instead of working the 9 to 5 and then doing the 5 to 9, any myths you would like to debunk?
I have a story on that too.
Okay, go for it.
3, I
Hmm.
was working in banking. I hate to use the hate word, but I practically hated my job. Okay. I was miserable. I was dealing with people and their money. And y'all know people don't play with their money. So I would literally get in the car and I'm not the one that, that gets angry and you just really can shake me. Like you visibly won't be able to see that I'm shook. But I would get in the car after I clock out and be like, oh my God, these people are just, you know what I'm saying?
Legit.
So at that point, my YouTube and Instagram was on the up and up. So I thought everything was going well. I said, you know what? They're stressing me out. I think I got enough savings. I'm going to go ahead and quit my 9 to 5 and pursue this content creation dream. Well, I look at the stories two different ways. So I did quit my job in banking and we were doing all right. And then that's when, the algorithms get to doing their little shift and
Ugh,
whatnot. They always shift them, right? And
always.
so that is what landed us in 2024. Remember when I was saying that, I did all these things and tried to go all this way, my YouTube channel and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So clearly it didn't really work out the way that I thought it would with quitting my 9 to 5. I ended up $30,000 in debt. I was investing all this stuff into my creative dream that wasn't really working out. And so the reason why I say I look at this in two different ways is because yes, I did quit my 9 to 5 and I did not get instant gratification of, the dream is dreaming, right? But instead what happened was in October, I want to say of 2023? Yeah. October 2023, I had to go back to work, but not there. Good God. Found another job. And I'm still on this other job now. So I went back to doing my 9 to 5 and also striving for the content creator thing. And crazy enough, 2024 is when everything popped off for me. And yet I'm still working a 9 to 5. So I would tell people that you don't necessarily have to quit. But I think for me, it was essential for me to quit that particular job because it was tearing me up. Okay. And I felt like God was like, okay, I'm preparing you to go through some things because you're going to go through some things to get where you're trying to go. So I felt like it was necessary for me to go ahead and go through that, to have that feeling of, oh my God, I did, I thought I did what I was supposed to do by quitting my job and really getting to the next level. But really what I needed was to learn how to lean on him. And so I think that was what that whole process was about. And now here I am again, and I'm at the debate of whether, like, should I go ahead and quit my 9 to 5?
Well, you make
So,
sure he order your steps.
so
um,
I'm gonna think on that. As of right now, it's doing what it needs to do. But I think me and my husband just talked about it the other day. We were like, you know what? You've gotten to a point in your business where, I want to do more. I want to have more time. I'm, outweighing my options right now, but who knows? Who knows what the future holds?
I love it for you. And I'm just gonna say, same grace. I'm just starting my YouTube journey.
Mhm.
So I am a long way away from even having those kind of thoughts. I'm literally doing this as I felt led to do it. I didn't put too much thought into anything. I just said, you know what? It's on my heart. Just go for it. So the people that I've contacted, the people who I have interviewed, thank all of y'all, because I legit feel like it's just been a God thing.
Mhm.
So thank you, Lord. Um, what advice would you have for people who are just starting a YouTube channel? granted, it's not your, uh, it's not the main thing, but it is the main thing, if that makes sense.
My advice for people who are just starting a YouTube channel is really going to be evergreen content. So if you're doing things of this, because podcasts and things of that nature right now, they're hidden. So hey, if that's what
Yes.
you want to do, go ahead. But I would say evergreen content, because the thing about evergreen content is it's always going to be relevant at some point or sometime throughout the year. And you're going to get traffic on those videos all the time. There's never not going to be a time when you're not getting traffic on those videos. And those videos can sustain your channel even when you're trying different things or trying different, types of content that you want to create. And it's going to keep you relevant. So you're going to be in that search engine at all times. We have to remember that YouTube is also a search engine, just like Google and all that good stuff. So when people are looking for something and they're typing in something, it can pull up your YouTube video as the solution or whatever that may be. So start one for their evergreen content. And then two, you got to be consistent, because the thing is, people can't come to check for you if you're not there. And if you're starting to develop and build those relationships, you want to make sure that you're nurturing them. And for a YouTuber, that is going to be posting content and interacting with your audience. So even if it's once a week, if it's 2 times a week, whatever the case may be, show up for one
Yeah.
and start with that evergreen content. I know a lot of girls are into like lifestyle content. They want to vlog. I tried it too. But the thing is, you want to have some type of purpose, some type of niche within your vlog to make people stay and watch that vlog. So if you're going to do evergreen content but pop a vlog up, afterwards or whatever the case may be, that's cool. But if you want to have a real message within your vlog, that is great as well. So both of those avenues are great.
I feel like you're really good at that, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You blend the two very well, because
I
it's like
try hard.
we're part of your day, but you're also giving us the information we need. So kudos to you on that.
Yes, absolutely. I would say just show up. You got to show up, because if you don't show up, they won't be able to be there to support you.
What advice do you have for creators who feel like they're putting in the work, but they're not seeing those results yet?
I would say, one, redefine your audience. Make sure you're talking to the right people,
That's
right?
good.
Because for a long time, I was just hopping on the internet saying, "Hey, y'all, who are y'all? Who is my people? Who are
Hmm.
the people that I'm really wanting to target? Does that person look like?" And for me, I had to break it down into, like, I guess you would say, an avatar. So I gave my person a name, an age, what kind of job she has, what kind of money she makes, where does she live. And so whenever I created content, I would say, can this person resonate with the piece of content that I'm putting out? And if the answer was yes, I'd post it. If the answer was no, I'm not posting it, because you don't want to just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks when you've been doing it for such a long time. You need to
For
know who
sure.
you're talking to. So once you figure that out, that's going to help you refine your content so that you'll know what to post and what kind of messaging to say to get to those people.
And let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I know on Instagram be Instagramming. The
It is.
algorithm be algorithming
Yes.
all the time.
All the time.
Um,
hmm
how do you find yourself constantly adjusting to the algorithm while still growing your following?
I take the time out to actually look at content. So I have a couple different Instagram pages, only one for the people. So I have some secret Instagram pages where I just go look at different content and see what's working out in about an Instagram land, right? And so what I try to get from that is, you could be inspired by content. How can I make this content relative to my niche and to my
Mm.
audience? Can I
Yeah,
fit this into what I'm doing? If I can, I'll try to do it. If I feel like it's too far fetched or it's too off, then no, I won't do it. But that's how I try to, stay relevant with it. But a lot of times with Instagram, you just have to try certain things for a certain amount of time to see if you can get into that algorithm.
yes.
If it's working, stick with it. When it's no longer working, hurry up and switch it up. Because I'll tell you, Instagram will change up on you. However, I have created a blueprint that has helped me. Since December of last year until now, I've grown like over 50,000 followers on Instagram. And it's basically a whole bunch of trial and error of the things that I've tried to do to figure out how to grow my account. And once I found what was working, and there's several different strategies within it. Once I found what was working, I decided to stick with that for 30 days straight and post for 30 days straight. And ever since then, my account has been growing like wildfire. And so I even share that with my followers and everybody. It's available for you to go grab. But it's a lot of trial and error. And then Instagram is one of those platforms that I too wanted to give up on because I'm just like, why is it so hard to grow on Instagram? But you just really got to try different things,
Yeah,
see what works.
absolutely. I 1000% agree with that as well. Let me shift for a moment. I have a segment. It's called 3 on 3. This is your top 3 of 3 questions that I'm going to ask you. Give me 3 shows that you're watching right now.
That I'm watching right now. Okay. I don't watch a lot of TV. I just started The Better Sister. That's on
Okay.
Prime. It's like a murder mystery thing. I'm into those. Oh, this is gonna be really psychotic. The first 48.
How many times has Memphis been on there already?
Oh God, I think I've seen all of the Memphis episodes.
I live in Memphis right now. I'm originally from Atlanta. I've been here
Okay.
7 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of Memphis on there. And oh my God, this is really psychotic. I like to watch unsolved mysteries.
Let me tell you something. Unsolved Mysteries is actually really good because it's like, what's happening? There's a whole nother world out there that we don't even
I
hear
feel
about.
like, I'm a part of the, I can figure these things out too. So I don't know. Dang.
I'm with you. I'm not a conspiracy theory or a
Mm-hmm.
theorist, but I do love theories of conspiracy.
Yes.
So I don't
Yeah.
tap in all the way, but I like to put my head in the door,
Yeah.
see what's
Yeah.
going on.
I'm with you.
I definitely love some true crime. It's more so of like, how did you even get here?
Right. Right. I want to
Like
figure this out. I'm with them. I'm a detective too. Yeah. That's what it is.
Law and Order SVU, one of my favorite shows.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember being younger before having a family.
Mm.
I could start my day like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Run my errands, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't watch 10 episodes of Law and Order. Like, what am I doing with my life? Been there. My next top 3 question. Give me. You're gonna be Oprah Winfrey for one moment. Give me 3 of your favorite things for content creation.
My favorite things for content creation. I'm gonna go with. Oh, this is hard. Just 3. Okay, great, cool. I'm gonna go with. Dog. This is hard. Okay, I'm gonna go with my GVM studio light because I got to have me a good light set up. Because without
Gotta have
good
good
light,
lighting.
you ain't got nothing, right?
Gotta have some good lighting.
So I gotta put that in there, and I can control it from my phone. It's just so convenient. Okay, so I'm a camera girl, so I got to have a camera if I'm gonna record, right? I'm gonna go with my Canon R6 Mark II.
Okay.
She's gonna have my color on point every time. Like I have to color correct anything. Okay. And
Makes
then
for
I'll
easy editing.
yes, makes for really easy editing. I ain't gotta do too much. And then last thing is I need you to hear me loud and clear. So I'm gonna go with my DJI Mic 2. Yeah. Because she's easy to access. You can connect her to pretty much anything, And the battery, it seems like it never dies on that thing too. So hey, that's me. So those are my 3. I'm gonna go with those 3.
And can people find these all on your affiliate links?
Absolutely. They are most
That's
definitely
why I
linked.
did it. That's why I asked that question. I want to help you get some money.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Um, let's see. Let's end on this one. Give me 3 of your inspirations. 3 role models, 3 people that you look to, 3 people that inspire you to do what you do.
People. Okay, this is gonna be cheesy. Okay, the first one is going to be my husband. And the reason why he's number 1 is because when I tell you that man is dedicated to whatever he does when he does it. And he takes the time to learn something. And once he learns it, he tries to perfect it. And it doesn't matter like what job it is. Like he's gonna be top guy at it, period. So I'm like, when I do something, I want to be top dog in it. And it's because I
I
see
love
his
that.
drive and what he does when he does it.
I
Yeah.
love
I wanna
that.
be like him.
I love that.
So I was like, he's number one. Number two, inspirations. Oh my God. This is a good question. I was very inspired by Jackie Aina. She's like one of the YouTube
Oh,
OGs.
yeah.
Just seeing how her journey has gone from
Hmm.
when she started to, being a influencer in the makeup community, the beauty community that really stood for Black women from the very beginning. To seeing where she is now and how her brand has evolved. That is very inspiring to see. So Jackie is gonna always be like one of those people for me. And then third, I don't know. The third person, who would that be for me? I'm gonna say is younger version of Amber. And the reason
Ooh.
why I say that is because she was fearless. She would just do something, like, starting the YouTube channel. Once she started, like, she really, like, I'm saying she, like, she's not me. Once I started, like, I really got out there and I just really did it. And even though I did have reservations about what people would think and things of that nature, it was just something that came over me at one point that was just like, girl, go for it. Who cares? And now I find I'm a little bit more reserved about the things that I share, the things that I post, the things that I go for. Even like something as simple as, us having this podcast today, this interview today. Even when I got the email or when you reached out to me initially about doing it, I was like, oh my God, should I do it? Do they really want to hear from me? Am I really doing enough for somebody to hear from me? I question things a lot. But back then, no. I was like, okay, you want me? Good, let's do it. So she inspires me to get back to that point or that path in life where I'm like, you know what? Stop self-doubting and just do it, because all these things that I've accomplished so far, there's no reason why I should have that fear or that are you sure, or all that, the apprehension. I should just go for it. So I would say she inspires me because she took a lot of steps to just go for it, and that's with many different avenues and things in life. So I want to get back there. I feel like
You know
I
what's
can get
funny?
there.
Sometimes when we ask God to, you know, bless what we're doing and take us to where we don't even think, dream, or even imagine. And then when we get there, it's like, I'm not supposed to be here. But this is exactly what you prayed for. So we have to rest in that. We have to rest with, we have to embrace where we are because it shows us how good he is.
Mm,
It shows us how faithful he is. It
mhm.
shows us that he can actually keep us there as well. We have to let go of the imposter syndrome. We have to let it go of it because as long as your light is shining, they're going to see the God in you. And then when they see the God in you, you'll be able to. Our Father in heaven is glorified at that point because we're giving the glory back to Him. We're not taking this all for us. And I think, and I don't, I, I, I think it's a Black person thing, honestly, because we're so used to the scraps, we're used to the crumbs. So then when we're finally at the table and we're eating the fine dining, it's like it's gratefulness, but it's also mixed in with I'm not supposed to be here, and it's a tough thing to deal with.
It is.
And it's something that we're all working through. I promise you, and I think it's our generation specifically
Mhm.
because we have a mix of hard life growing up, but then as we were growing up, we experienced like a come up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're battling this internal battle with us. It's just amazing. And you're not the first person to feel this way. You're not the first person dealing with it. Trust me, a lot of us are dealing with it. So stay encouraged. That's my word to
Yeah.
you. Stay
Thank
encouraged.
you. I appreciate. Look
Um,
here, I got me a word today. Okay.
you know, I would. I don't ever want to be a pastor or a preacher or anything like that. I feel like this is my lane. This is my
Mhm.
ministry. I
Yeah.
could touch more people here than I could ever imagine on somebody's pulpit. That's not for me.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that. I love them. I respect them for what they do. I'm good though.
I can
um,
feel it. I can feel it through here. So
a
yeah.
couple more questions and I'll get you out of here. What does success look like for you in this season?
In this season.
That's such a churchy way to ask that question.
Yes. In this season. So success for me in this particular season um is follow through. And the
That's good.
reason why I say that is because I have switched up so many times the things that I have tried to do
Hmm.
to become successful. And I think this is one of the longest runs that I've had. And I feel like as long as I continue to go upon the path that I'm going, with those ordered steps, of course. So as
Absolutely.
long as I continue to go upon the path that I'm going on, that I find success in that because I'm one of those people give it a good 90 days, don't work, we out of there.
Legit.
So what I have been doing, I've been doing a little over a year now, and I feel like I'm good. I feel like as long as I continue to go the path that I'm going on, I find to myself that that is successful because everybody that know me, know Amber
Hmm.
gonna try it for a couple of business days, and if it ain't working out, she's out of there. So I'm proud of that, the fact that I've been doing what I've been doing for such a good run, and I'm continuing to go down that path. So that to me is success.
How are you evolving as a brand and as a businesswoman right now?
Mm, I'm evolving in that particular space because I am finding more things that my audience is calling or asking me to do. And I'm finding that those particular things are some of the things that sets me outside my comfort zone. So, me stepping my foot out there and opening up the one-on-one calls again. And actually, well, I can't talk about the second thing because it's not released yet. But I'm working on a physical product that has been highly requested by my followers. They don't know much about it yet. But me just going out and like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Not because, it's just them that they're asking for, because this also aligns with what I'm doing. I want to be able to do these things. And I probably wouldn't have done them if they didn't push me to do them. So I feel like that is helping me evolve to become, more than just, the Instagram girl that's going to give you all the tea on how to use the tech gear and everything, and the one that's going to teach you how to monetize through digital products. But I'm also going to take it a step further and um, become more for my people than what I'm currently doing. So I think that is how I'm evolving in this season.
Pause for the cause because I love Black women. When you say for the girls with the tea, when I tell you I love Black women because y'all be so extra and it be so good to me.
We
I
can't help
promise
it.
you.
We can't. It's just part of us.
I tell my coworkers all the time, my favorite thing is like when they get their nails done and they do that and they be bringing in the air, they do all this, makes my
Very
day.
good. That's hilarious.
It makes my day.
We can't.
Is there a brand that you would love to do a partnership with? Um, any brands that stick out in mind that you would love to have that dream collaboration with?
Mm-hmm. Canon and Sony, please holler at me. I am a camera girl. I don't know all the technical terms, and I'm not a videographer or anything like that. But like I said, when I started YouTube, I started with a Canon camera. And ever since then, I have collected cameras over the years. And they are just so much fun to work with because you can get so much out of a little bitty camera. And I feel like over the years, I have just fallen in love with the tech aspect of creating content and the behind the scenes of this is how you get these particular shots. So anything that is centered around how I can use a particular device in order to create content, I would love to work with them. But of course, I would love to work with Canon and Sony because they are my top camera brands and I love their gear. So yeah, you can
There we
manifest
go.
that.
Quick questions, and then I know I said I was going to get you out of here.
No, you're good. You're
I
good.
mean it for real this time. We're going to do some quick myth debunkers. Is social media oversaturated to make money?
Absolutely not.
Can you make money on social media?
Absolutely yes.
Can you make full-time money on social media?
Absolutely yes.
And for people who are starting today who want to monetize without giving too much of your course, because hey, monetizing is the goal, right? Um, what are what are your top? I guess we'll do three. Give me three ideas that can help people start monetizing on social media.
Okay.
The ones that you feel comfortable giving away for free.
Okay. Okay. So, three top things that I would say to do to get monetized on social media. And we're not talking about like monetize by the platform, right? We're just talking
Mhm.
about monetize in general. Okay.
In general.
So I would say find something that you are knowledgeable about, passionate about, and that you yourself you know about, right? Create a digital product and advertise that product. But let me throw one more in there. You have to be smart about the way that you advertise it. When I say advertise your product, I don't mean hop on Instagram and post a picture of your product and say, hey, this is my product, buy it. No, you have to understand how to reach your audience, right? So you need to figure out, for one, who your audience is going to be and put yourself into their shoes. What is it that your audience is going to pay attention to? Be very strategic, be very smart about the way that you're posting your content. Just posting a picture is not going to cut it. So
Nope.
if your audience is watching videos of, this is just very random, a cat playing with a ball, then you need to figure out how you can make that cat playing with the ball relevant to your niche, your topic, your product. And that is the content that you're going to post to get their attention. First thing you got to do is capture their attention, and then you got to stay consistent with it. So I would recommend to anybody and everybody to create that digital product that's going to solve a problem or issue or whatever the case is going to be for the next person. Make sure you know a little bit about that product or a lot of bit about that product and push that product, because you can see monetization from that way before you may see it from the actual platform that you're on. So yeah, those will be my steps.
Another quick one.
Mm-hmm.
How can people build community on social media?
We got to build community by actually engaging with people on social media. So it's no, the days of just scrolling through social media and not liking a picture are over. You need to engage. If you're scrolling through something and you see a picture you like it and comment on it and talk to the person. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be weird. Just, comment what's on there. Because guess what? When you post a picture and they're following you, they may see something, they may comment back because you literally just commented on their stuff. And when you get people asking you questions and stuff like that, make content about that question and also engage with those people. Social media is supposed to be a social platform, and I think we forget that.
Yeah.
So just be social. And when you're talking to your audience, well, I'm sorry, let me put it this way, actually talk to your audience. So if you're going to have a social media account, get on camera and talk to them people. Say hey every once in a while. So
The
that works.
stories that perform the best for me are when I actually get on the camera.
Mm-hmm. They want to
All of
see
a
you.
sudden, all of a sudden, my views going crazy.
Uh-huh.
My cheat code. If I see my views getting low, I'll put my kid on there because everybody loves my kid. He's so handsome. He's
Using the
so funny.
baby.
So I'll set it up.
That
I'll
is
put him on
hilarious.
first, and then I'll follow up with what I need you to see.
There you go. There you go. You got to get him in the door.
Got to get him in
Get
the
him into
door.
the room. There we go. That
So
makes
that's what I
sense.
do. All good. All good. Can you let everyone know where they can follow you, where they can keep up with your journey?
Yes, absolutely. I am on both Instagram and YouTube at Amber Sharniece. And that is, I'm going to spell Sharniece because everybody always spells it wrong. That's SHARNIECE. So, yeah, those are the two platforms that I'm on.
There you go. There you have it. Amber Sharniece came through, more insight, gave us some insightful information. I want to thank you so much for your time. I want to thank you for your information. I hope and pray and wish nothing but the absolute best for you and what you have going forward. I know it hasn't been easy.
Mm.
Um, content creation it's something else.
It is.
But the other thing is it's an ever changing thing. So just making sure that you're staying with the times, making sure that, you're doing this, making sure that's tight. I get it. It's exhausting, especially dealing with like other things outside of just the content. So keep doing it, keep pushing, hey, you got a cheerleader in me. I'm rooting
Thank
for you.
you. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. And thank you so much
Absolutely.
for seeing the value in me and bringing me on. And I am wishing so much success for your podcast and that it goes way beyond what you believe and what you imagine. So thank you again for having me.
I received that because I don't know where this is going to go. Yes. Whether it's a production company, I don't know what. I just felt like this is what I needed to be doing.
And you do it very well.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.